You know that search for lasting happiness? It's something we all think about. But what if the answer wasn't some new age secret, but was actually hidden in an ancient allegory? Today, we're going to explore how two incredible spiritual teachers, separated by centuries, gave us a surprisingly similar path, all through the story of two mythical birds. So, what if the secret to a truly meaningful life wasn't some complex formula, but a simple, powerful story? We're about to unpack a kind of riddle that connects myth, history, and a timeless blueprint for finding joy. Let's dive in. All right, so first, we're not jumping into the history books just yet. We're starting with a story, an allegory. Let's meet the two mystical birds that are going to be our guides on this journey. On your left, you've got the chakora, and on the right, the chatrik. Now, we're not talking biology here. The real significance of these birds, the reason they're so important in Indian spiritual tradition, is what they represent. They're powerful symbols.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Look at their behaviors. The chakora, legend says, survives only on moonbeams. It completely ignores any other kind of food. The chatrik, it's even more intense. It will only drink a single, specific type of raindrop that falls from the heavens. It would rather die of thirst than drink from a river or a lake. This incredible, single-minded focus is the whole key.
Okay, so we have our allegorical birds. Now let's switch gears from myth to history. We're going to introduce two spiritual revolutionaries whose teachings are, believe it or not, perfectly captured by these two birds. First up, we have Basavanna. We're talking about the 12th century in what is now Karnataka, India. And his ideas were absolutely revolutionary. He taught kayaka, the idea that your work, your labor is a form of worship, and dasoha, which means selfless service to the community. But maybe most radical of all, he completely rejected the caste system, arguing that everyone had a direct line to the divine, no priests or rituals needed. Now fast forward 300 years and we travel hundreds of miles north. Another visionary appears, Guru Nanak, who would go on to found Sikhism. His central message was, Ik Onkar, there is one universal creator for all. And just like Basavanna, he pushed back hard against social hierarchies. He taught three simple pillars for life: focus on the divine, earn an honest living, and share what you have with others. And this slide, this is where you can really see the incredible parallels. It's uncanny. Basavanna's kayaka, or work as worship, lines up perfectly with Guru Nanak's kirat karo, honest labor. Basavanna's open spiritual assembly and Guru Nanak's communal kitchen were both radical spaces of equality. And of course, their shared, unwavering rejection of the caste system, it's like they were working from the same spiritual blueprint, just centuries apart.
Okay, so now for the big question. How do our birds connect to these teachings? Let's start with the chakora and see how its story shines a light, literally, on the path that Basavanna showed.
The chakora, you see, is all about ekagrata, which means intense, one-pointed devotion. It's about laser focus. Just like that bird finds its only nourishment in the light of the moon, the idea is that the human soul should focus only on the divine, turning away from all those other worldly distractions that pull at us.
And this isn't just a theory, it's captured beautifully in a vachana, a kind of simple, powerful poem attributed to Basavanna. The line basically says, the chakora is only concerned with the moonlight. The metaphor is crystal clear. The soul is the chakora, and God is that cool, beautiful moonlight. It's a love, a yearning, so pure that it's the only thing you need.
All right, now let's look at our second bird. If you thought the chakora was intense, well, the chatrik takes this idea of devotion to a whole other level. The chatrik symbolizes something even more extreme, this absolute, no-compromises commitment. Waiting for that one specific raindrop is a powerful metaphor for a seeker who refuses to be satisfied by anything worldly. Only the pure truth of the divine, what is called the Nam, or the divine name, can actually quench the soul's deep thirst. And you can find this exact idea in a beautiful verse from the Guru Granth Sahib, the Sikh holy scripture. The line translates to, I am the chatrik, and you are the raindrop. I am satisfied only when it falls into my mouth. It's like the soul is declaring its total dependence on divine grace, and it has the faith and the patience to wait for that one singular drop of truth, no matter what. Okay, so let's put all the pieces together. We've got the birds, we've got the gurus. But these aren't just two parallel stories running side by side. They actually converge to point to a single, profound path for how to live a good life. And look at this. It's their shared blueprint. Honest work, selfless service,
radical equality for every single person, and focusing on what's inside, your inner purity, instead of just empty external rituals. It's the same message from both.
So, what's the big takeaway here? What does all this ancient wisdom, this mix of myth and history, actually mean for you and me right now? Well, it boils down to a pretty profound challenge. Guru Nanak has this incredibly powerful way of putting it. This game of divine love he talks about, it needs the same total commitment as our two birds. Placing your head on the palm of your hand is a metaphor for complete surrender, being willing to give up your ego, your attachments, everything for this one spiritual goal.
So really, it all comes down to this. The path to real bliss is a two-part harmony: purity in what you do, and a constant, unwavering awareness of the divine in your heart and mind. It's about living right in the world while staying connected inside, just like the chakora and the chatrik.
And that leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? In our world, which is just full of distractions pulling us in a million different directions, could this be the answer? Could dedicating ourselves with that same singular focus, that same unwavering love of the chakora and the chatrik, be the very key to unlocking that deep, lasting happiness we're all looking for?